Please arrest me. This moment just destroyed IRL streamers Vitaly's life. Uh-oh, did they tack on more sentences for him? Ooh, I don't know.
Almost a year since Vitaly did the awful mistake of stealing a motorcycle, harassing locals, stealing officers' hats, threatening to rob an elder lady, and stealing from local businesses, all while live streaming it.
In a high trust society, I feel like the punishment should be extreme. I don't know if they still do this in the United States, United Emirates or whatever it's called, you know, Saudi Arabia. I don't know if they do this. But if you steal, they lop off your hand. Don't they? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, a capital punishment of, like, getting caught stealing is they lop off your hand. Not anymore. Well, they used to. That almost never happens now. But it can! Wait, I'm gonna Google it. Did they still take your hand for stealing in UAE? I need to know. Does not practice judicial hand amputation for theft. They removed it in 2020! Oh my god! They need to bring it back. It's a really high trust society over there. I don't know. Like, I've heard stories of people like leaving out laptops in malls and nobody stole them. Yeah, I would say okay, I'll take that. Yeah. 2020 was 70 years ago. True.
Everyone to see in the Philippines.
I don't know
about you guys, but the Philippines is probably one of the last places I would ever want to F around.
I'm gonna get arrested. Oh no! Oh no, mommy!
Bruh. My face when I get arrested.
But since then, we've had reports that Vitaly's new strategy is to now turn to religion, and his cameraman has apparently.
Why do they always do this, man? Like, I'm sorry. God made me realize that I did a bad thing.
Apparently been indicted because unfortunately for Vitaly, you have people in charge of the country saying they will punish him to the fullest extent of the law. But here I've been sitting for quite a while with the main question of what does the Filipino population actually think of this? And what do legal professionals over there think of this? And can I trace back his steps of that day to get a better feel of how stupid all this was? My only problem is it's December, and I'd prefer not to leave home for any longer than I have to. So I found a flight route which takes 23 hours to get there, which then
holy crap!
Gives me 12 hours in the Philippines before I have to fly 23 hours home. So after thinking,
bro, that jet lag must be insane. I think the longest I ever flew, not in one go, obviously, was from New Zealand all the way to Switzerland. Because that's literally across the world. Yeah, I think that was probably 23 hours.
About it for a little bit, I could either sit here and yap about the story, or I could go out and investigate for myself. Now, obviously, Vitaly has been famous on the internet for a long time. The dude went from pranks to incredibly stupid stunts in Egypt, which got him arrested. And I think him being arrested and released so quickly in Egypt is kind of what gave him that false sense of security to F around like he did in the Philippines. But he then went back to Miami, and at this point in time, it seemed like his career was doing really well, until he decided to beat a woman senseless for jogging outside of his home. So
that's some psychopath shit. Who does that? Chat, I got ding dong ditched. Like, it sounds like my chatter that was like, you should fire a warning shot at the child for ding dong ditching. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's like the same level of reaction. You're just being a fucking animal.
Obviously, he got arrested for that. The body cam footage went extremely viral.
Do you know me? Do I know you? No.
But after that happened, that's all we heard from Vitaly for a while. Then a few years later, he returned.
The guy was cooked as fuck on drugs. That's not an excuse, man. I've seen on like any drugs, man. It's not an excuse. If anything, that should be even worse.
Started making these PDF catching videos, and suddenly he gained a pretty large following again, until he lost his entire team. So after losing his entire team for some reason, then he decided to go all in on streaming himself harassing people in Asia, because clearly that went extremely well for Johnny Somali. Except Vitaly decided to pick a country that's way tougher on crime than South Korea and decided to do things which could throw him in prison for 20 years. While live streaming himself doing so. Oh boy, I still have no clue why anyone would decide that's a good idea. But I guess we could backtrack his footsteps and see how it's like to be there.
All right, we just ran into our first problem. Got to the airport, everything was looking great. Got here like 2 hours early. Get to my gate and I find out.
I'm so excited.
Oh, plane's not here. It's now 20 minutes past when we're supposed to board. It's not looking good.
Uh-oh.
They were finally
I
boarding,
hate it when that happens.
But the boarding of my next flight ends 30 minutes after I land. So this is probably going to be one of those full sprint moments just to make this flight. All right, so I land in about 1 hour. I haven't been able to sleep. Off to a great start.
And welcome to San Francisco, where the local time is 10:20 p.m.
Does anyone remember the American guy that got canned for spray painting cars? He's like, he didn't get shot. They always do this in countries that are not America, or like states that aren't New York or something. Yeah, people will like shoot you for less. Not caned? Oh, caned! He got caned? That's so medieval.
All right, update.
I thought it said canned.
We're good. The plane apparently made up like 40 minutes in time, so I no longer need to sprint to my gate, so I can just kind of casually walk to it.
Good, yeah, fucking medieval his ass.
It seems like it'll all work out.
All right.
Probably liked it though, let's be real.
We're like 13 hours into the flight. We have about 2 hours left or something like that. Currently just walking around.
They need to bring back like getting caned or like spanked, like for stupid crimes. They need to bring that back, in my opinion. I know that's gonna sound barbaric, but like you steal like a bike or something, don't throw him in jail. Just like fucking cane him like fucking 50 times. Spank him on the butt.
Talk to my camera because I don't want to wake the people sleeping next to me. But
yeah, shame him in public. Yeah, throw tomatoes at his head. Make him walk down the street with a barrel over his body.
All right, so
let
we're in
people
Manila.
make fun of them.
First problem, how do I get to Bonifacio? So I found out there's something called Grab. That's their version of Uber Eats, and so on and so on.
Ooh,
Only problem
Uber
is
Eats
they do not accept my card. So now I have to find a 7-Eleven and top up my Grab card so I can then use their Uber service. Adventure time.
Force them to play Concord? Yeah, for like a week straight, no sleeping? Whoa, that's like against the Geneva Convention.
oh, he has a chicken.
Whoa, that's a nice looking chicken. I'm not gonna lie. That is a nice street chicken. That is a good looking street chicken. Freaking
This is the exact area where he ran off with the motorcycle. It's crazy I know exactly
wow, look
where
how clean
I am,
it is,
even
bro.
though I've never been here before. Beautiful day in Bonifacio, Global City, Manila, Philippines. Yeah, here
dude, it's so clean. Wow, I wonder why. It's almost like they punish people for being fucking horrible.
decided to just, number one, egg on this officer and start running off with his bike right there.
Sir, I have a question.
Even the chicken looked
Can I shove this up your...
Who does that to a police officer, dude?
What? Can I put this in your...
And he ran up and jumped on this, and he was doing all of his stuff to the women sitting at the...
Tosi's never been to the Philippines, but he's seen these exact scenes. That's crazy.
Right,
he like remembers it because he's seen it so many times. He ran right through there. Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna get into that courtyard where he started harassing, I guess, the second mall guard. Yeah, dude, the last thing I would ever want to do is go try to take any of their hats. Like, that's just crazy work.
So essentially, like, he started off at that intersection right there, walked all the way through here, ran around this building,
nice place,
crossed again, then went into this mall right here. Then he came back out, and then he ran in through this building right here.
He must have been here like early morning or something like that, because this is like at about 4 p.m. and
look
clearly
nice
it's very busy here. You guys recognize this spot because he went straight up here and stole that mask right there.
Oh shit, I remember that!
They won't recognize me.
Dude, this guy's got some memory, man. How many times did they fucking edit the video where you can pick out spots?
They're gonna call more security with that one. It's fine.
There's like a high probability that that's the one. And obviously ran down and then went up over there. So
Have I
he
been
then
to the
came out that
Philippines?
door
I think my parents have. I've been
over
to
here,
Malaysia.
and then he decided
When I was a
to
little
run
kid.
across to here,
Maybe
and that's
I
where he
have been to the
threatened that old
Philippines. I'm not
lady
sure. I was a
to
little tiny
rob
kid,
her
probably.
because she
Oh,
wanted to ignore her and
yeah.
go about with her own day.
So
And it was pretty much
nice.
right after that moment that he decided that it was a good time to flee into the hotel that he was staying at, which is right here. It came from
I'm fleeing the scene of the crime. It's 200 meters away. I don't care.
this hallway with his whole posse and his
Dude.
mom, and then he went down these stairs, and this is where he was like, I don't care if I get arrested. That'll be fun.
I know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
doing. It's not my
super
first
fun.
rodeo. And I'm not going to say, oh, don't arrest me. Here's the money. I will go to jail. I'm a proud man. I love jail. I get it up to be there for free. I don't have to pay.
And then he went up another escalator over here to one of the restaurants in the
His
hotel,
mom,
and that's
man,
where he
yeah.
proceeded to harass her. Correction,
we're
it would
getting
be
a
this
live
one right
tour,
here.
man. That's
and it was at the
crazy.
top there. He welcomed the fact going to jail.
It's an entertaining stream, right? I told them I would give them the best IRL. They didn't believe me. Wait till I go to India or Russia.
Honestly, after being there, that just puts me in
Ironic.
even more disbelief. But this is what I said about this back in March of 2025.
This is a 33-year-old man harassing mall security for his live stream content. But unfortunately, just like basically all my other videos, it's all downhill from here. This gets so much worse. And things get so bad that I wouldn't be surprised if he would be arrested by the time this video gets released.
Yeah, unfortunately, that aged a little bit too well, but little did I know that I would be named in the police report.
Dude, that is so cool. I don't know. I'd be proud if I was A2Z giving public attention to these fucking horrible streamers and the police being like, yes, we have investigated this. Thank you. Thank you. This has been brought to our attention. Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
As the way the police found out about this incident. Now, this would have been seen
Good. Bring awareness to these fucking freaks.
regardless, because it's
They
not
should
like I'm the
tar
only
feather him in the
commentary channel that would talk
Philippines, honestly. I'd
about
throw
this.
tomatoes at
But for the
him.
situation, I guess I was
I would pay someone in the Philippines to throw tomatoes at their head. Like every time they throw a tomato, they get $5.
the first to
I
cover
would
it, as
do
I was
that.
simply stunned at how stupid a streamer could possibly be. And obviously, this was going to end badly. But my understanding is he acted this way to gain as many viewers as possible so he could then sit and gamble on stream. Because often the way these gambling contracts work is they get paid per 1,000 people sit and watch them gamble. So the scheme is pretty simple. Do a whole bunch of crazy stuff for attention and then do it for long enough to capture a large viewer base. Then suddenly out of nowhere, go back to your hotel room and switch to gambling, which he did. So that's my theory on
That's a good
Vitaly's
organic
antics, but
theory,
he only
yeah.
had one problem. He's
Farming.
no longer in America. He was in the Philippines, a place that's a whole lot more punishing when you break the law than what LA is. But real quick, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Cooper, because if there's one time of the year people accidentally waste a little bit too much money, it would be Christmas. Because every holiday season,
Christmas!
shoppers miss out on billions in savings just because they didn't use discount codes that are already
Oh no, is this no, don't tell me it's another honey. Please tell me it's not a honey.
out there. The issue
Oh,
is
no.
most people don't know where to find them, and nobody really wants to sit around
Oh,
digging
no.
through sketchy coupon sites while, you know, they're panic buying their
no.
gifts on December 23rd. And yeah, you do have that
Please
one
tell
app
me
from
it's
back
not
in the day
another
that's
one.
still stuck dealing with lawsuits.
Surely
Plus,
it's
a whole lot
not.
of people still have PTSD from that company when they got caught replacing
Thank you.
creators as referral codes just for checking for coupons. So thankfully, there's an honest competitor by the name of Cooper, a coupon extension that
Cooper.
actually checks for coupon codes instead of just replacing a referral code. TLDR, it doesn't steal from your favorite creators
Okay,
during the
good.
biggest shopping month of the year.
Nice.
But
like
Cooper
that
is
they
a
have to
free browser
clarify
extension
that
that automatically
shit.
finds, tests, and applies
Yeah,
the
but
best
how do they
coupon
get
codes at
money?
checkout. And it gives you cash back when you shop through partnered stores.
Okay, but how do they get money? Do I like pay a sub?
Basically, it gives you the option to save some
going
money
on
while you're
here? I
spending
gotta
money,
know.
which is pretty clutch during the holidays. And Cooper also has a savings adding it to your browser, so you can save a little bit of extra money this holiday season. But without further ado, let's continue the video. Because it wasn't like Vitaly was arrested immediately. The next day, Vitaly was walking around Makati, and a creator by the name of Eric, who goes by Unlock Philippines on YouTube, decided to confront him outside of a place called Shooter's Bar.
There's a content creator named Tozy.
No, I don't know who that is.
He just did a video on you 5 hours ago.
Saying what?
Saying that you were harassing people here in the Philippines.
Yeah, and what about me donating over $20,000 in the last 2 days?
Right.
This guy has the psycho-corpo mentality. It's like, oh, what? I just killed a few hundred people. I donated to charity to cancer patients. What's the big deal? I did the nice thing and I did a bad thing. What about it?
And as a content creator, that stuff kind of goes under...
No, it doesn't, because my editors are working on it, and I'm going to release the truth.
I'm saying when it happens, people don't broadcast that as much.
Yeah, but I don't get... For me, when you know what I mean, then I'm back on top. For me, when people talk shit, that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, because people want to bring me down when you're up.
And this response almost surprised me, because Vitaly had been a full-time creator for something like 15 years, and he doesn't understand that people started talking about him here because he did something so stupid it could only land him in jail. But instead of fleeing the country like Sam Pepper recently did when he live streamed himself committing a crime in India,
No, he
Vitaly,
stayed.
I guess, was too stubborn and arrogant to think that his actions actually had consequences. So I guess Vitaly didn't see a problem with what he just did on stream.
Wait. So who is this creator, Chad?
Tozy, but he's...
Tozy, he's like 1,000 subscribers?
No. He's got like 1 million or something. He's not talking shit, bro. It's what...
Oh, no.
People show him what's going on here in the Philippines.
Okay.
Right, so like...
But there's Facebook videos of me. There's Facebook videos.
No, it's not videos. It was off of your stream, brother.
Yeah, but you watched the whole VOD.
I'm going to shake your hand right here. I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
I'm not here to talk...
Okay, so Vitaly's entire argument here is because he gave money to some, he's allowed to treat others awfully, and then farm them for his own content without consent. But things escalate when he calls them out directly for harassing strangers on the street.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people f***ing with others and putting them down. You need to lift people up for
He caters to children. The children don't care. They have no moral, like, brain formed yet, and they probably have bad parents. They probably didn't spank them enough when they were growing up. I appreciate this guy's sentiment, but, like, they're not gonna listen, man.
And what do
They're gonna be like, loser, shut up, unk!
You're a piece of shit. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too. Let's go.
Good one. Stay safe.
Don't touch me before I knock you back out.
You're not going to knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you going to do?
I guarantee you're not going to knock me out.
Yo, back off.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to do about it?
He then gets walked out on the street by Eric, and he just keeps asking his chat if he should go fight Eric. I guess because his ego was hurt because he was called out for being a scumbag to everyday people on the street for his content. But he scoffs this off and goes back to his hotel. And then I guess he thinks all of this is behind him. But the next day comes around and he gets arrested. And this is the moment where it seems like Vitaly's entire trajectory of his life changes. Because suddenly it was globally announced that charges were filed against Vitaly in the Philippines. So here we have criminal charges filed against YouTuber Vitaly Zorovisky.
Fucking hell, dude. If I found out that I was getting arrested through Facebook, I don't know, man. It would be over for me.
Over viral BGC content. The Taguig City Police Station has taken swift and decisive action in response to viral video involving a Russian-American YouTuber Vitaly, who is now facing multiple criminal complaints following an incident in Bonifacio Global City that drew widespread public outrage. Authorities immediately launched an investigation after receiving reports from local residents and a security personnel who were allegedly harassed by the foreign content creator. Police gathered statements, reviewed footage from the viral video, and filed formal complaints before the city's prosecutor's office on April 3rd, 2025. They also coordinated with hotel management and local establishments in the area to secure evidence and ensure accountability. The incident stemmed from a video posted on April 1st, 2025 by the YouTube channel Atozy, titled "Scumbag IRL Streamer Destroys His Life in the Philippines Live." That title aged incredibly well, unfortunately. The video, which received over 600,000 views, shows Vitaly aggressively approaching and filming people in the street of Taguig. Vitaly, 32, was reportedly staying in a hotel in Fort Bonifacio during the stay. On around March 31st, around 11 a.m., he was seen walking along Bonifacio High Street where the incident took place. he was caught on video confronting several individuals while live streaming content for social media. The complaints filed against him include causing trouble and harassment in public, creating a scene, stealing a personal item, and attempting to take something that didn't belong to him. According to reports, those affected include security guards and workers in the area. One guard said Zorodivsky forcefully pulled his ID back from his neck. Another worker said the YouTuber took his hat without permission, while a third, also a security personnel, claimed the foreigner tried to grab his service firearm. That's an extremely serious charge, if he actually gets charged with that. To my knowledge, while Secretary Ramola has mentioned this, and a bunch of media has mentioned this, I haven't seen the formal charge of him trying to grab someone's service firearm. But recognizing the suspect's foreign nationality, the Taguig police also coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to determine possible violations of immigration law. A formal request has been sent to BI for updates on the YouTuber's current status for guidance on further action. Taguig authorities have issued a strong reminder to all visitors and online content creators to respect local laws, warning that actions meant to harass or humiliate people, whether on camera or not, can have serious consequences.
Good.
The Taguig City Police Station assured the public that they are...
I honestly, I don't think they should issue a warning on like taking pictures online and offline, because I would want, as a police officer, to make it easier for myself to have evidence, to have them film it the whole time. Yeah, it would be easier to prove that way. Like there's no deniability. It's on tape. What do you want?
Continued to monitoring the case and are committed to protecting residents from similar incidents in the future. So obviously I'm kind of sitting here like, well, we didn't do this on purpose. I'm just sitting here making videos, man. Like if someone does something incredibly recklessly stupid on stream, I'm going to talk about it. But then we see Vitaly booked and he's still goofing around.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in any court of law. Okay?
It took Vitaly a surprisingly amount of time to just lock in, because I'm assuming he thought the same thing was going to happen here as happened in Egypt, where he was caught, he was detained, he sat like maybe a week in jail, and then he was just returned home. But I'm assuming he quickly found out that this was not going to be the case, because then you had some photo posted of him in some like online Zoom proceedings, and clearly he's not having a good time. Then shortly after, he's perp-walked out on national TV for everyone to see him, as Secretary Ramula tells the world that they're going to punish him to the fullest extent of the law. And Vitaly is still, for some reason, goofing around. But at the end of the conference, he asked if he could speak, and that's when he was immediately denied. And it feels like that was the first time he had the uh-oh realization. But then there was silence until about the 14th of April, when the president of the country you committed...
Dude, imagine if Trump reacted to Johnny Somali. That would be the equivalent of that. Oh my god.
Crimes in is reacting to the crimes. You are not in for a good time.
Reacted to by the president.
You may be asking, why is all this happening? Well, so Vitaly has accidentally positioned himself as a little bit of a geopolitical pawn. I am no geopolitical channel, so I'm going to keep this extremely surface level because I don't enjoy speaking outside of my expertise and lane. But my understanding is the popularity and trust of the current Philippine government has been mixed and declining. So you have that, and then you have the overwhelming majority of the Filipinos who saw what Vitaly did in their country. They think what he did is completely unacceptable. Therefore, being very public about this behavior is not acceptable in the Philippines and will be punished to the full extent of the law is a very easy public approval win. Because this shows they're standing up for the people. And by doing this, they sent him to jail, specifically the Bureau of Immigration at Camp Bagog Diwa in Taguig. And here we have some early images of him there. But a few months in, we get an update photo and he's looking rough, because if you know anything about these jails, you never want to be there. You never want to serve any time inside a jail like that, which is...
I told you, man. Remember that video we watched yesterday with the guy that was like a little bit, you just little fucking chunky guy? They do not feed you well in prison, dude. He's not... They don't give you roids and they don't give you food. He's losing his bulk.
Never want to be there. You never want to serve any time inside a jail like that, which is why you do not, under any circumstances, ever go to the Philippines and commit crimes, especially while live streaming yourself doing so. So 2.5 months after he was thrown into the first jail, he was transferred to the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. And once he got there, he was able to post bail, but was immediately detained again and transferred back to the BI facility at Camp Bagog Diwa because he's still under deportation/detention order as an undesirable alien. So the bail covered his ongoing criminal case, but not his immigration status. And from there, it was silence until rumors went around that his mother was scammed, which is extremely unfortunate if those rumors are true. As Vitaly is the one who acted like a moron here, so his family shouldn't be punished for that. But then we heard nothing from Vitaly in roughly 5 months until now. First, you had this image posted on Facebook of the jail that he's showing a man who looks like Vitaly seemingly being
getting baptized.
Then suddenly you have another rumor claiming that Vitaly was set free and was seen at the airport. And from what I can tell, I mean, that's not true. Then you have another rumor claiming that he joined a powerful cult in jail. And honestly, there is no way to verify that. But what I did want to know, though, is what the Filipino population actually thought about Vitaly. And did they even know who he was, and do they still care? But it's safe to say I ran into a whole bunch of problems trying to get that content for you guys. Obviously, I'm not gonna run up and shove a camera in people's face. And the way I did so was asking, hey, excuse me, do you know who the live stream of Vitaly is? Then if they did, I asked them what they thought of him, and then asked if I could ask this question on camera. For the most part, people over the age of 40 did not know who he was. For those who looked under 40, I would say about half of them knew who he was. Everyone I asked who knew of him said
the fact that like even the main populace of the Philippines, which probably doesn't engage in a lot of live streaming content with like the West, I imagine, the fact that they kind of know who he is insane. He actually breached the mainstream media, bro.
They did not like him because they think what he did was unacceptable. When I asked if I could interview them quickly, almost everyone declined in a very polite way. I did get a few interviews, but for the most part, nobody really wanted to be on camera. And I completely understand why. But in my short time in the Philippines, I had so many amazing interactions with people, to the point where I got so many random good mornings by people as I was passing. I had a very pleasant time there. But here are the few interviews I have.
Yeah, excuse me, guys. Do any of you guys know who Vitaly is?
Sorry?
Do any of you guys know who Vitaly is? No? Vitaly? No?
No.
Alright, okay. Sorry.
From me, personally, I think he's kind of,
yeah.
What he did.
I
saw the video and I was literally fuming through my phone. So it was really disrespectful to our culture, to my culture, basically.
Yeah.
I say give him the maximum punishment for him to be an example, just like what happened to Johnny in South Korea.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
he knows about Johnny.
I knew him like a long time ago. Dude was pretty much online. So when I heard that he came over here, I knew he was up to no good. And after hearing about what happened to him, regarding his incarceration, I know he's in jail now. I think he should receive the maximum sentence. But what I do notice is a lot of people here pretty much forgot what happened here, and some people do know. I guess if they followed you, they would still know about it.
Yeah.
But pretty much like a lot of people here have just forgotten about it. Usually cases like this tend to drag for months.
Yeah, dissipate.
Yeah. So
interest in the public does not like last as long as people give updates, and courts take forever. Just generally speaking, I wouldn't say this is exclusive to the Philippines. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't hear about like his case this week or the next month. So yeah, the justice system works really slow here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard people saying that's going to take 2 years just to get him in court.
Yeah, probably minimum, I would say.
So far, I would probably say that 60 to 70% do not know who he is. A majority of the elder generation have no clue. For the younger generation, the overall sentiment is about a 50-50, we don't care anymore, and give him the max sentence. And essentially everyone who wanted to come on camera, which are, as of recording right now, only 2 people out of the 20-something people that I've asked, both of those people were like, give him the max sentence.
So I was there for a little over 12 hours, and a lot of that time got cut because it started pouring raining. So suddenly, nobody was walking around for me to interview for a while.
I had to take a break from walking around and filming earlier because of the rain, and the rain is back. I'm definitely feeling the 23 hours of travel right now. I am exhausted. I'm on basically no sleep.
Oh, this is bad. No, it's not. It's just raining.
Why did I literally brought a rain jacket. What is wrong with me? Why would I not just like bring the rain jacket?
But now I'm home again with the conclusion that it's very easy to travel to the Philippines, be respectful, and enjoy your time there. So honestly,
people are nice when you're nice to them back. Holy crap. Someone hot the presses. This is crazy. I would have never thought.
Massive skill issue on Vitaly's part for literally thinking he was the main character and I guess was entitled to humiliate and harass strangers on the street without their permission for his own content. You just don't do that in general, but especially not in a country that's extremely tough on crime. And then you have a lot of people asking about Sly Kane, his cameraman during all of this. At one point, there were reports saying that he was wanted for questioning. Then suddenly you had articles claiming he was charged. But he has been streaming, and right after all this happened, he did briefly address this on stream.
Don't believe whatever y'all see in social media, especially, you know, these YouTubers who claim to have like high credit and know everything that they're doing, but are actually spreading fake news.
So, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's taking this too seriously. As of right now, he's still streaming in the Philippines, so it's unsure if he'll actually get any repercussions for Vitaly's actions. At the end of the day, it was Vitaly doing all this. It's not like he told him to do it in any way, but still, unfortunately, he was an accomplice because Vitaly, most likely, was paying him very well. So I did talk to a Filipino attorney there, and he said that this is apparently normal because being charged doesn't automatically result in a warrant for your arrest. It still needs to reach the court for the warrant of arrest to actually be issued. And as we know, Vitaly is finding out, that can take some time. If I was to make any guesses here...
Sitting in a Filipino prison for 2 years awaiting your court sentence... not the most fun thing ever. Even if he doesn't get like fully charged and he doesn't get the max sentence, I think that he's probably gonna learn a lesson, or he won't and he just keeps going back.
He'll probably get called in to testify when Vitaly finally goes to trial, but that can easily take another 6 to 18 months for the trial to even begin. So as of right now, Vitaly is just a sad reminder that you really do not want to become one of these quote-unquote nuisance streamers. And that is all we currently know about Vitaly. So drop a like on this video if you want me to go back and cover the trial itself, subscribe if you're new, and Merry Christmas to everyone watching, and thank you guys for a wonderful year. Because the support you guys have been showing me recently has just been unreal, and I really appreciate all of you guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. Sick nasty. Hell yeah. Yippee! W8 Tozy. He flew to the Philippines for 23 hours just to get some content. Hell yeah. Philippines is nice too. Hope you had a good time. Ay, 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 ay.